Bill Schmid with you on the Pioneer Football Report alongside head coach Mark Krzykowski. Coach, thanks for joining me on the couch. I like this little bit different of a relaxed feel in here.
Well, you know, it turned out really well. The project for the Players Lounge, really happy with. I think the guys appreciate it, and it certainly comes in handy for meetings as well as just giving the guys a place to hang out between classes and whatnot.
And everyone behind the scenes, we're actually just outside of the Pioneer Football locker room. Converted space that you guys have really made to the own of the players, and it's really been a very beneficial area for you guys to utilize.
It has. Like I said, we use it for meeting space, but more than that, it has become a players' lounge, and we're not done yet. We have a few more projects that we want to do with this space, giving the guys a little bit of extra, a little bit of extra bling as far as some perks along with the program.
Well, and allowing to continually be able to be together. We talk about the Pioneer football family so much, Coach. Now you're into midterm season, just past that in the football season. When you look at the 10-game schedule, 3 games left, this is really where the family atmosphere comes into that later part of the season.
It really is. The guys are hanging together really well. Couldn't be happier with the way that the midterms ended up. Guys are doing well academically, which we all know is the reason why they're here. Mm-hmm. So I'm really happy with the academics. And as far as the season goes, they're in it. They know what they need to do. They know where we're at, and really proud of the way that they're hanging together as a team, as a family. And spaces like this allow that to happen that much more.
Well, and being on the road, you're with your teammates a ton, and team had the one overnight trip to Milliken this past weekend. And when you look at the outcomes of games where you're having to travel as much as you did down to Decatur, Illinois, does that become a bit of a factor or possibly a distraction in your mind?
You know, there's always that possibility, but I really am proud of the way that the guys traveled. No excuses. It's been a couple years since we've had to do an overnight game, but I think the maturity level of the team really showed through in the way that they conducted themselves on the buses, in the hotels, in the restaurants. We are always complimented on the behavior of our guys, and this trip was no different. A lot of compliments from the community of where we were staying, and that makes me proud.
All right, Coach, thanks. Coming back with more Bill Schmid with you on the Pioneer Football Report as the Carroll Pioneers take on the North Central Cardinals Saturday, 1 o'clock at Schneider Stadium. Welcome back. Sitting down with head coach Mark Krzykowski on the Pioneer Football Report. Huge opponents coming up in North Central and Wheaton in the last 2 of the last 3 weeks. North Central this week. As you have these guys in the building, they've been together, battle-tested throughout the whole season. Is it nice to have these big games, these top-tier conference games towards the end of the season where, we've talked about it, you have a very young team, and be able to be battle-tested and the experience-wise help you into these later weeks against opponents like that?
Yeah, as we've always said, in this conference there's no week off. Mm-hmm. So having really 3 more games, 2 of them at home and 1 of them away when we go down to North Park, that really helps us out to have those big ones at home. We have some tremendous fans with our campus right in the middle of a community. We get tremendous support from the campus community, students, faculty, staff. Our student section is unbelievable. They do a great job. I think they really enjoy the atmosphere. And then in the local community, we get a lot of community support. I think that's one thing that from a Pioneer standpoint, we take a lot of pride in. It's not like our facility is off campus and people have to, travel to get to those games. It's right here, right in the middle of campus, right in the middle of Waukesha. We couldn't be more pleased with that.
And as a player, you're walking down from your dorm room or your residence, wherever you're at, and you're smelling the campfires, the grills. And last home game that we were at was homecoming. You have the parade outside. It really wasn't a very, very cool atmosphere to be able to have that many alumni and that many people that care about Pioneer football in the area to be able to show out for that game.
Yeah. Carroll University is a special place. We've always said that. Of course, we're going to say that we're biased, but anybody who comes to visit us, they see what we're talking about.
Right.
When you talk about the fan base, the support that we get from campus, the support that we get from the students on campus, the tailgating, the live bands in the parking lot, it's just a phenomenal place to be, a real collegiate atmosphere when you're talking about game day.
And game day, it is in the playoffs for a lot of high school teams. as you continue to look forward. You're building the program always.
Yeah.
You're never taking a day off, especially like you said in this conference. Continuing to bring in new talent as you are looking at the 2018 recruiting class. In playoff football for high schoolers that might be watching this program, wanting to take their game to the next level, is the playoffs one of those big times for recruiting where you guys are able to go out and see players in such a competitive atmosphere?
Yeah, without a doubt. We're out throughout the regular season, obviously, but when it comes to playoff time, every single one of our coaches are going to be out watching games. Sometimes we try to hit 2 games, maybe the first half of one game and the second half of another game, but then we also are evaluating film. As I always joke with the recruits, I can go out and see a game live, but it's hard for me to pause and rewind. So we ask them to send us film. We ask high school coaches to send us film, and that's how we do our evaluating.
And you're watching enough film on North Central, the opponent, this Saturday at Schneider Stadium, 1 o'clock kickoff. What do you see out of the Cardinals?
Yeah, they're obviously one of the top-tier teams in the conference. We have a lot of respect for everybody in the conference. They certainly bring some strength and size and experience, but it's the type of football that we enjoy. From an offensive standpoint, we still believe that we are an explosive type of offense where we have the run game as well as the pass game. Our offensive line is doing well and growing every week, and from a defensive standpoint, we understand what we're going up against. But quite honestly, we do believe that our game plan is going to fit right in, and we'll end up doing well.
Coach, we can't wait to see it. 1 o'clock, Schneider Stadium. Carroll Pioneers taking on the North Central Cardinals. Can't wait to watch it, Coach.
All right. Appreciate it, Bill.
Thank you, Bill Schmid, with you. Coming back right back on the Pioneer Football Report. Bill Schmid back with you on the Pioneer Football Report inside the Players Lounge, just outside of the Pioneer Football locker room here in the Quad Graphics Team Center, just outside of Schneider Stadium. You walk right outside, you're on the field, nice new couches, a couple of TVs where the players are able to hang out, do some meetings in here, and we are able to record the Pioneer Football Report before the Pioneers take on the CCIW leaders, the North Central Cardinals, 1 o'clock at Schneider Stadium this weekend. You can find that broadcast on GoPios.com with myself, Bill Schmid, the voice of the Carroll Pioneers, as we bring you Cardinals and Pios, 1 o'clock. Pregame starts at 12:45 Saturday. My thanks to Coach Mark Krzykowski as we sit down before the Pioneers take on the Cardinals one more time on GoPios.com on Saturday. I'm Bill Schmid saying thanks for listening. Until next time, Go Pios.